Hey guys, welcome back to Wood Street Farm. I'm Phil, and I've always been looking for ways to get rid of extra brush and debris. This is the top of a poplar tree that we milled up for lumber that's just been sitting here for months. It's actually bone dry. It would burn great, but we just haven't had the ideal conditions to do a good burn pile. It's been extremely dry through most of the summer, and I've got a couple piles around the property, and frankly I'm getting tired of looking at them. So today we have with us a chipper from Boss Industrial. They sent me this chipper for free in exchange for making them an assembly video, which I've already done, and now I get to use it and see how it does for the various wood and brush piles that we have all around the farm. The capacity on this thing is up to 4 inches. I figured I don't really need anything much bigger than that, because if it's 4 inches or bigger, I generally will cut it and split it for firewood. I don't mind small wood at all for firewood, but for the top, for the branches, for the brush, this should make quick work of it. Thinking maybe I should ease some of those slightly larger limbs in there rather than catapulting it in there. It appears to have jammed up the knives, and they intentionally make these chutes so long that you can't reach in there. So I think I'm going to have to disassemble it in order to free it up. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. There's really not much. I can't imagine that little bit of debris stopped this thing, but it seems like maybe that's all it was. And yeah, now it'll go. All right, we're back together. Let's try this again. I mean, that thing that got caught up, that wasn't even 1.5 inches in diameter. So I did kind of throw it in there. Maybe I just need to try to guide it in more gently. But if this happens a lot, I'm not going to be real pleased with this machine. Probably. Did I hit the stop? I might have hit the stop. Okay, we made some chips fly. My goal was to kind of cover this section of this little roadway with wood chips. I got a small section of it. We need to get all this covered as well. There's still a bunch more tree over there, but I'm kind of out of time. This is why I've always burned the debris that accumulates around the farm here, because that is so much faster. You can burn down a massive pile in a hurry, but you know, for chipping, it is a little bit time consuming, but we have plenty of uses for wood chips around the property to put on paths, to put on roads, to you know, put on trails and things like that. So we can also use it around some of our plants and whatnot. So we have a use for this machine, but thinking of this machine purely as a cleanup tool, it's a little bit slower. It's a lot bit slower than our alternative, which is burning. So this particular tree, actually there's more than one here, but there's definitely more in here that can be chipped up. I'm not going to get to it tonight. Then getting down here, there's some slightly bigger stuff that could become some firewood. And then down here there's some more even bigger stuff that wasn't good enough to be part of the saw log. Got a big pile of brush back there. We'll probably pull that out with the grapple at some point and burn it. And then we had a few trees come down back this way, so there's a bunch of pine debris all in here. I mean, we could spend days chipping. We've actually rented much larger chippers in the past and kind of came to the same conclusion. We could chip for days and feel like we hardly made a dent in it, where we could take huge grapples full of debris out with the tractor and burn it, and it's gone in, you know, a couple hours. But I think this is the perfect task to return to with the help of the wife and kids. They can all help cut this up, stage it near the chipper, and then we could just start feeding it continuously. And with a few extra hands, this type of job, I'm sure, can go a lot faster. But the kind of biggest surprise of this machine is that even though it's labeled as a 4-inch machine, you could really hear it bogging down with pretty much anything over like 1.5 inches. Fortunately, I think that was user error off the very beginning. It never got clogged again with anything else, though I was feeding the larger things in there much more gently than I did that first time. That first time I really launched it in there, and I think I caused my own issue with that. So that's kind of good to know. It's good to know that this thing doesn't inherently always get clogged whenever you put bigger stuff in there. So I look forward to using the machine some more. That's going to wrap us up today though, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.